Mr. President, the unprecedented conditions under which we meet this year as state parties to the Rome Statute are matched by the extraordinary challenges the International Criminal Court is facing today. The court has been exposed to a new level and type of external pressure and measures that are incompatible with even the most basic notions of the rule of law. We join in the call for these measures to be revoked as quickly as possible. In addition, the court and the Rome Statute system are facing further difficulties which get less public exposure, but can also have, in the midterm, the effect of undermining the court's effectiveness. It is thus our hope and expectation that this assembly will make decisions that are the result of transparent and inclusive consultations that enable us to chart a way forward that is well-informed and best serves the interest of international justice. Mr. President, this year we celebrated 75 years of the existence of the United Nations, the finest achievement of multilateral diplomacy to this day and the birthplace of the ICC. The commemoration of the 75th anniversary of the Nuremberg trials, also this year, was an important reminder of how far we have come since the launching of the International Justice Project, and how important it is to fight and safeguard for what we have achieved. There was a lot of wisdom in our collective decision as state parties to make The Hague the seat of the court. Indeed, the international law capital of the world with a host government that is willing to stand up and fight for the court during difficult times. I want to take this opportunity to thank our colleagues from the Netherlands for the outstanding support they have extended to the ICC in the last few very difficult months. If the court is perfectly situated in The Hague, it can only thrive if it enjoys a vibrant and dynamic relationship with the UN system, which is headquartered in New York. This assembly can benefit enormously if it finds its way back to a notion of shared responsibility with a clear understanding of specific but also joint duties between The Hague and New York. We have the choice of making our cooperation a source of strengths and serve the best interest of the court, or weaken ourselves with internal strife to the determinant of the court's success. We will always opt for the former. Mr. President, I also wish to thank the eminent international criminal justice experts under the leadership of Justice Goldstone, who have engaged in an independent expert review of the ICC and the Rome Statute system, carrying out a mandate given by the Assembly at its 18th session. We now have the opportunity to engage in a joint exercise that addresses the court's shortcomings and align its performance better with the vision of the drafters of the Rome Statute. The importance of this effort cannot be overstated. This is a crucial opportunity that we must not miss, and the ultimate test for us to overcome narrow and short-sighted priorities to the benefit of a real political vision for this institution. We can only do this if we do it together. States parties together with the court, states parties together with civil society, and most importantly, states parties together. For this session of the Assembly, we are simply looking for a framework decision that will make this possible in an inclusive and transparent manner, and a format that fully safeguards the independence of the court and the integrity of the Rome Statute, which has stood the test of time and continues to stand out as a masterpiece of international treaty making. Mr. President, at the time of the recording of this statement, the Assembly has seemed to finally find its way back to a process to agree on the best possible person to head the office of the prosecutor for the next 9 years. The fact that this is a choice of the highest possible importance is uncontested. It should also be uncontested that the court's interests are best served if this decision is made in a consensual manner. We regret that Precious months have been lost since the Committee on the Election of the Prosecutor published its report and the names of selected candidates for the next ICC prosecutor. The most important challenge for us continues to be making the best possible choice, and to do so to the extent possible with the parameters we had set ourselves by adopting a merit-based approach for the selection of the next prosecutor. Once we have made our choice together, we should expeditiously examine the selection process in all its aspects to have a clear understanding of what needs to be improved next time, far away as the decision will be. We continue to be deeply convinced that the Assembly must benefit from a selection process that relies on the independent advice from a panel of experts. At the same time, we are the first ones to say that the push for deviation from the process that unfolded in the last few months must not be repeated in the future, as it had a negative impact on the ability of this Assembly to govern its affairs in a professional and transparent manner. Mr. President, like many other small and mid-sized states, we have treated the ICC as a key priority in our foreign policy engagement for many years now. I'm proud to be the convener of the informal ministerial network for the ICC, the IMN, whose purpose is to generate political and diplomatic support for the court when it is most needed. We have voiced our dissatisfaction with aspects of the court's performance privately and publicly, and we will continue to do so when necessary. And we will continue to reach out to those who can do more, in our view, to lend operational support to the court. We will also continue our advocacy for universality, both as far as striving to further expand the number of state parties, and as far as the full inclusion and active participation of each and every state party from all regions of the world that has committed to the fight against impunity for the most serious crimes under international law, with the ICC at its core. The Nuremberg trials commenced 75 years ago. They were of unprecedented historic importance, led to the call for the creation of a permanent independent international criminal court with jurisdiction over the gravest crimes known to humankind, and helped us to make informed decisions in drafting the Rome Statute. We have now had a permanent international criminal court for 2 decades, a dream long deemed impossible. And we now have the chance to make it work better and equip it fully for the realities of the 21st century and its enormous accountability challenges, including those arising from new methods of warfare. Let's make sure that this session of the Assembly of States Parties is a big step in the right direction. Thank you.